Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, the channel on YouTube for all things PSG in English. Please subscribe. Mercato madness is upon us. It's official. My patience lasted about 4 days, I guess, since the end of the season and the game against Chelsea. And yeah, I was like going through everything PSG world a couple of hours ago. I was trying to map out what I was going to talk about today, what the topic of the video was going to be. And yeah, I was ready to talk about what little bits of news we had, talk about Nasser's very nice letter at the end of the season, thanking everyone, talking about the legendary season we've had, thanking the fans for their support, and doing a little bit of his usual Nasser end of season of like we've got the best coach in the world, the best supporters in the world, we've got a great project, and we're going to be the best, and so on. Obviously, this year there's a little bit of a special flavor to it, and a little bit more truth to it. And he didn't need to do his usual "this year is the end of bling bling" kind of message. And then I got distracted because I was looking at a few things, and it seems like an increasing numbers of, sorry, I'll use the air quotes here, fans and people who are talking about PSG are already starting to go like, oh, PSG is not working well, and the Mercato, like nothing is happening, and it's terrible, and oh my God, like look at the English teams, and Luis Campos is working horribly bad, and I told you before, and we're doing this, and we're not doing that. 5 days. 5 days. It's insane. So I want to take a slight step back. Give everyone 1 or 2 seconds. You can take a nice breath. Just. I think everyone will feel better. Guys, we just finished the season. We won the Champions League. Sorry, I'll say this again. We won the Champions League. We went to the final of the Club World Cup. Yes, we did lose. It's okay. It happens. People are working. People are doing what they're supposed to do. Things will happen. Just take a breath. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. But yeah, like, oh, Luis Campos isn't working, it's not going fast enough, and PSG is only working on Zabarnyi, and Mastantuono went to Real Madrid, and now Maximovic is going to Leipzig. It's fine. It happens. It's okay. Yes, the club seems to be working on Zabarnyi. Yes, it hasn't concluded yet. Yes, like we would have wanted to make it happen earlier, but we're also now. I know it is crazy. I'm the first one surprised. But for the past few years, we are now a serious club with serious people in charge, working very seriously and cautiously. And we don't publicize our every move. If anything, we try to work quietly in the shadow without media coverage. We don't overpay for players. We're not going to jump on Zabarnyi if we think the price that we have to pay right now is above what we think the player is worth. We're going to negotiate, we're going to take our time. And even if we did those things, and that's where it's really, really amusing to me, you want your headlines, okay. Let's say like tomorrow we sign Zabarnyi, we go in 70 million euros, whatever Bournemouth wants, we sign him tomorrow. What happens? Our squad is on freaking holiday right now. So we're going to take a player out of preparing for the new season with Bournemouth, with a professional coach and players and so on, to put him on holiday for 2 weeks before our squad just finished. It's it's just completely silly. Let's take our time to negotiate, get the price down if the price comes down, look at other options quietly and in the shadow, and if it works out, all the best, because the player is training right now with a professional freaking team while our own coach and players are on holiday. It's a win-win. It's obviously a win-win. What do you want? Like, people just like, it seems people just want headlines for the sake of headlines. And I think in the meantime, like, it's funny because some of the like I don't want to point fingers or anything. Everyone has their own way of looking at things, and I think when it comes to football and when it comes to PSG in particular, a lot of different opinions are completely valid, and that's why I'm here. That's why people engage in the comment and we discuss, and people like go crazy on Twitter and so on. And we're very passionate about things, and I really respect that. At the same time, like sometimes it's good to take a step back and try to think through things a little bit. So yeah, Zabarnyi right now is doing the preseason with Bournemouth. He's got like a professional coaching team at his disposal. The rest of the squad is there. Well, for us, PSG, all of the players and the coaches are on holiday. We are just restarting right now our U19, and supposedly like the players that were on loan last year and that we want to get rid of. So there's absolutely no benefit to us like bringing him in as quickly as possible at the cost of potentially negotiating the price down. And I'll go even one step further. And if you look at last season, Kvara was a big target for us throughout the whole summer. Napoli played hardball with us, wanted like over 100 million euros for him. It was nonsense for a while. And I remember back then a lot of people were saying like, hey, if we want him, let's just bring him on, pay the price, whatever. We didn't do that. We worked seriously with serious people. We waited. We said this is not what we think the player is worth. And miracle happens. At Christmas, we bring him in and it's 70 million euros. That's what working well looks like. And that's exactly how a PSG and a football team in general is supposed to behave. So let's appreciate that instead of, throwing stones and just PSG is not working well enough. Like seriously, like you literally just won a Champions League. We won every competition we entered, with the exception of the Club World Cup, where, oh my God, we only reached the final. Guys, PSG is so terrible. It's funny. Anyway, so there is, and like the funny thing as well is that there is a lot of things happening, and you can tell. And PSG is working very quietly. We've seen it in the past, and I think like Pacho last year was also a prime example of that. Of like PSG was talking with him for a few weeks. No one knew about it. No one had heard anything until like literally the day before he signed and got on the plane. And so, if tomorrow, like we sign a defender who could be of the caliber of a Pacho, who turned out to be like probably one of the top 5 defenders in the world, literally there's a chance that we wouldn't have heard about it today. So let's not confuse the I don't know anything with nothing is happening, because we know from experience that this is not the same thing. This is not the same thing. And, as much as I would wish personally to be living in Luis Campos's pocket, I hear there's not a lot of space there. So, let's be mindful who we trust, especially like in Mercato time as well. And yeah, the last thing as well is that it's Mercato, so there's a game of rumors and counter rumors and so on. The Beraldo thing came out on the night after the Club World Cup final. The next day, the player comes out and says it's not true. We still don't entirely know where we're at. When it comes to the central defender, like, yes, Zabarnyi is the main option, but we are looking at other things. And if you look at the tea leaves closely enough, you would have heard names. And I did recently, where did I put it? Here are a couple of names that PSG is looking at. We were looking at a player called Flamingo from PSV, who's a central defender as well. Is Ryan Flamingo, exactly? There we go. Doing my research at the same time. PSV player is under 21 Netherlands national team. Valued at 20 million euros. So exactly the kind of players that we like are typically interested by. So that could be an option. There's been rumors as well in Turkish media that there's a Fenerbahce youngster. And I'm sorry, like I might not do the name in Turkish because I don't want to offend anyone, but a 19-year-old defender that PSG is reportedly interested in, and that could come in for defense. All of those things are actually like it's making me question things a little bit, because it feels like Zabarnyi was us looking at someone who could step in and challenge Marquinhos immediately, when those other players are, obviously younger, less experienced. In both cases, seem very talented and have a lot of potential, but not as accomplished and not as ready to step into the team. So it's really making me question whether we even know what kind of player we're looking at, and who we'd want to bring. And keep in mind that Mercato it's a moving thing. It's trying to balance a squad as you go. And so, yesterday we were saying Beraldo might be going. So all of a sudden, maybe we're looking for younger defenders, because we do need to keep that balance in our squad and have like a 20, 21-year-old that will be happier being a substitute and getting like the less important matches. Versus if he stays, like all of a sudden, we want someone who can challenge in Marquinhos, because he's 31, 33 years old. And we do want someone who can take over pretty much right away, or like play alongside with him for 1 year and take over next year. Same thing, like there's been a word on the street that Lucas Hernandez is looking for a way out, and that he wants to get first team football. Entirely credible. If he does move out, like all of a sudden, like we do absolutely need someone who can play on the left side of defense and cover for Nuno Mendes. If he doesn't, like it's not Football Manager. We are trying to work well, so we do not want to have, as sometimes we did in the past, have X numbers of players playing at the exact same position, which then creates trouble down the road, because some of them don't play, there's resentment, there's like, oh, this one is my friend, this one is not, it's trouble in the squad, trouble in the dressing room. We're trying to work well, and we do not know everything. So, CALMA, take a breath, things will happen, there's still a month and a half, so it is what it is. And then, like, that brings me to my next point, because I was preparing for this rant that I'm giving you now, and I was looking for the most out there, outlandish rumors that I could find to kind of illustrate what people really want these days. And yeah, it turns out I found it. So, according to a very prestigious Spanish website called madridbarcelona.com, not making it up. Literally, this is the website that came up with this information, and it's something that actually like was taken up and made into an article by goal.com. And say what you want, but goal.com is a big website about football. They know their things, they know their mercato. They've got journalists who are good at what they do, and so on. But so apparently, apparently PSG made an offer of 250 million euros for Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid. And I mean, like, if it's true, great, like fantastic player, and if Luis Campos and Luis Enrique want him, and we have the pockets to pay for him, and he's like obviously he's a world class talent at Ballon d'Or level, so like great. But honestly, like, this is coming from a website called madridbarcelona.com. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do like a 20-minute video on like exactly where Vinicius Jr. is going to play in PSG, and how quickly he's going to arrive, and whether people should go to the airport to wait for his private jet to arrive for his medical? Let's take a breath. It's fine. Things will happen. We don't need to scream bloody murders and things aren't happening, and we don't need to go buy into ridiculous rumors that we all know to be ridiculous. There is a lot of things that we need to accomplish during this mercato. We do need to strengthen our Champions League winning squad. We do have like supposedly the best squad in Europe, at least for last season. So we do not need to completely change things over. No matter how loudly like Chelsea fans are screaming, no matter how loudly we seem to have gone from prime Barcelona team history of football level to not so good anyway, perfectly beatable and clearly completely exposed and without resources. We need to strengthen our squad. We do need to bring in some cover player in defense, potentially a player who can challenge Marquinhos in center defense. We do need, I think personally, like an extra body in midfield, potentially to cover for Vitinha a little bit. And we do need, depending on departures, like someone to help strengthen our attack as well. And depending if just Lee Kangin or Gonzalo Ramos or neither of them leaves, it can be a youngster, it can be like a proven player, or it can be a superstar. And we'll see. There's time, there's still a lot of business to be done. Don't worry, all of the players aren't gone. I don't know if you saw the news recently, but like Arsenal still, like, for all of the noise that they're making, they still didn't finalize Gyökeres, who seems to be their big one. They were looking at Sesko from Leipzig, I think, before, which still didn't happen. Xavi Simons, like, those poor bastards who bought it from us, like, are looking for a way out for him, which doesn't seem to be happening either. Bayern Munich is looking at bringing in Luis Diaz from Liverpool, which means Liverpool is going to have to recruit as well. Lyon, like essentially like 3/4 of their squad can be bought at a discount price if we want it, which I don't think we want it, but whatever. Barcelona is looking at Rashford and counting pennies and trying to leak their want from not getting Nico Williams. There's still a lot of business happening. There's still a lot of players who, might be open for a move, might not be. And there's still a lot of very promising talent available. I think, we need to respect the fact that people are working. People know what they're doing. We didn't go from having a collective organization that can put together the squad that we had last season and turn it into Champions League winning team to, oh my God, like we're going to lose everything and we're so terrible and like what are they doing? Like they don't know how to do their jobs. Let's respect people. We'll see. When there's information, we will talk about it. When there's players who we know for a fact that they're getting close or that they're signing for PSG, we will analyze what it means for the team, what it means for how we're playing, what it means for the players that we have, and so on. In the meantime, we're champions of Europe. We're vice champion of the world. This has been a fantastic season. Go read Nasser's letter. It's fabulous. And I think, it will do everyone some good. Because, we need to chill. CALMA. Nasser says, as finishes the season, the most memorable season of our history, I want to send a huge thank you to the Paris Saint-Germain family. Today, thinking back to this season, we easily forget the extent to which it was difficult with a lot of different competitions that we played across many different countries at the highest level with groups that were extremely challenging and roads and competitions that were very difficult. But through our collective spirit, and fighting every day for the club and for each other, this season will remain as the most beautiful ever lived for Paris Saint-Germain. So let's live up to that. Let's take a breath. Let's remember that we're in it together. And let's remember that we're champion of Europe. And yeah, Mercato madness is upon us. 5 days. So yeah, I'll end it there, guys. I'll put back the picture of Vinicius Jr. because he's coming for 250 million euros. It's happening. So please like this video. Please like this rant. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know what nonsense rumor you prefer. Do you prefer Vinicius to PSG for 250 million euro? Do you prefer Alan coming to us? Or do you prefer the good old, Barcelona, who doesn't have money to pay their player, is going to spend 200 million on a winger? We can laugh about a lot of different things. That's the beauty of football. And so, yeah, for now, please like this video, leave a comment, please subscribe to the channel, really helps a lot. A video every day on PSG or even like wider, as you can see, rants on what's going on in football world. But yeah, please follow, please hit the bell to get notified of future video. And don't forget, with Vinicius Jr. or not, ici c'est Paris!